Okay, so what do you want to say?
Because it's the um, very time um,
Okay. Hmm. Okay. Didn't
with
huh?
with no speaking English.
Okay, you haven't
2 week, bueno, so no, one week.
1 week. Yeah, so we had 1 week off. So uh I hope you enjoy it, because it's like a rest. You must rest. But did you do something fun? Like, did you go to the beach?
No, never.
Never. Don't you like it?
Uh, I don't have opportunity.
Okay, where do you live?
And Tultepec.
Oh, okay. So you don't have beach. All right.
Yeah,
Okay. And Jorge, what do you think about learning English? Why do you think it's important to learn English?
it's very important because I use every day in my work. Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. But
But it's not the same learning and speaking.
mhm,
So I I have difficulty and speak because I'm I don't know. I don't
okay.
know what.
Okay, yeah, maybe the problem is sometimes that we need to practice every day. If you don't practice every day, it's gonna be difficult because you need to like it. That's also an important point to say. I mean,
Yeah, I like it.
mhm. Okay. How do you use English beyond your job, más allá de tu trabajo? How do you use? ¿Cómo usas el inglés beyond
Mm, learning
learning? How do you,
um,
how do you learn?
articles in the technology, for example.
Okay.
Um, I train in the watch movies TV
Okay.
um, in English
Mhm.
with subtitles and in English too. Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay. Do you take notes when you watch a movie?
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
I found the words news and words I don't understand and investigate.
Okay. So you look them up, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, Jorge. Thank you for sharing that. Okay. And Victor, how you doing? Good morning.
Good morning, teacher. Yeah, that's okay.
Okay. Did you have vacations?
Yeah, so.
Okay. Did you enjoy them?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. What did you do?
I take a few days in Cuernavaca to
Okay.
rest,
Mhm.
and another mantenimiento
Okay. Mhm.
in home.
Okay. Okay. And all right. How many days off do you have per year?
Around 14.
14. Okay. Do you always have a plan for those days?
No, usually I take this day for uh, my son's school appointment.
Okay. Okay. Are you studying?
Uh, my 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 kids, yeah.
Ah, okay, okay, okay. All right. Okay. Okay, sounds great. Sounds great. So thank you, Victor. And okay, Jose, are you there?
Hello, teacher.
Oh, good morning. How you doing?
Morning. All good, thanks.
Okay. Did you have vacations?
Yes, the Easter, Easter vacation.
Okay. Okay, okay. And what did you do?
I went to visit some friends, and I went to the beach, and yeah, well, the rest of the days get, how do you say, estuve descansando.
I was just chilling.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just chilling. Okay. With double L, I guess. Yeah, I was just chilling. Okay, and Jose, how many days off do you have per year?
Per year, I'm not sure. Um, for vacation, I have 8, no, 6, sorry.
6.
And yeah, and holidays, I'm not sure.
Okay. Okay, right. And do you always have a plan for your vacations or not?
Yeah, I try to make some trips.
Okay, okay. All right. Okay, Jose. Okay, thank you. Okay, Isaac, are you there?
Hi, teacher. Yes, I am here.
Okay, so how are you? How you doing?
I am okay, but yes, I am okay. How are you? About you?
I'm doing fine, you know. I don't like to wake up so early in the morning, but I do it. But it's fine, you know. It's fine. And okay, Isaac, what do you do? What do you usually do on your vacations?
Right now, I don't have vacation, but maybe it's necessary do my homework because right now I do a diplomate or in the university.
Okay. All right. Okay. And how do you cope with stress, Isaac? How do you cope with that?
Sport, and I like to meet a new restaurant or travel around of Mexico City because I don't know or I don't meet other country, but maybe in the future I will like to meet Canada.
Okay. Okay. All right. And why would you like to go to Canada?
Because I like to practice my English and maybe study other career or maybe a master or I don't know.
Okay, sounds great. Sounds like you have a plan, right?
Yes.
Okay. So whenever you want to say like, I would like to study like in Spanish, otra carrera, you would say the word degree or bachelor. I would like to study
Okay.
another degree or another bachelor.
Bachelor.
Yeah, because a career, it's when you have finished your degree and then you start working. That's your career. That's the beginning of your career. Right? So
Okay, teacher.
Okay, all right, Isaac. Thank you. And Itzel, are you there?
Hi, teacher. Hi, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Doing great. Thanks for asking. Okay, Itzel, did you have vacations?
Yeah.
Okay, did you enjoy them?
Yeah, I really enjoyed.
Okay, what did you do?
Well, I visit my mom family. It's a small in a small town here in Morelia, here in Michoacán. Sorry, it's near to Morelia, but here lives all my family, my mom's family.
Okay, so are you studying outside the state?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Are you studying outside the state?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So you miss them a lot, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, and Itzel, do you always plan your vacations or not?
Sometimes because when, for example, with my family for December, we always have a plan to travel or to travel to the beach.
Okay. Okay.
And it's for every year.
Okay. All right. Okay. Sounds great. All right. And Itzel, what about you? How many days off do you have per year?
Per year, I guess. Here in my world, I guess 10 years, 10 days.
10 days. Okay. Right. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Itzel. Okay. So, guys, do you remember what's the difference between will and going to? Can someone explain to me what's the difference between going to and will?
Yes, teacher. Will you use when talk about the prediction and going to when you have a plan or specific action?
All right, exactly. Yeah. So going to, remember, you use going to whenever you want to express your intention to do something or a plan, right? So I didn't mention something important, which is when you want to say something like, okay, can you see the whiteboard?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you want to express a plan, just remember a plan and a scheduled plan. Scheduled plan means un plan pues ya premeditado, ¿no? And a scheduled plan, remember that you always have two options. The first one is using going to. For example, you can say, I'm going to travel abroad. So that's the first option. I'm going to travel abroad next year, let's say. I'm going to travel abroad next year. So that's your first option, using going to. But the second option, you can also use present continuous as future. Do you remember that topic? So you can say something like, I'm traveling abroad next year. So my point here is that you always have two options whenever you want to express that you have a plan and a scheduled plan, which means you also have a date to do something, right? So you always have these two options. You can use present continuous, or you can use I'm going to, and both are equally correct. Okay, so Jorge, do you remember? Can I say this, Jorge? I'm going to go to the beach. Is that correct, Jorge?
I'm going to go to the beach. No,
No. Okay, so what's wrong with that sentence?
because you repeat the verb going and go. I think with I will to go to the beach. No.
I will go to the beach. All right. Yeah, you could use will, but if you want to use going to, and then you have the verb go, how do you do? What do you do there? You want to use going to, but you have to go to the beach. So what do you do? Okay, that's one option, using will. But
I gone to the beach. No, no, I
exactly.
gone to go to the beach.
You don't use, if your verb is to go, right? Here the verb is different. I'm going to, and then you have the verb travel. So there is no problem there. But if you're going to use go, so you cannot say this, I'm going to go. So you just use I'm going, right? You don't put the verb, I'm going to the beach. Nada más hacer eso. Si van a ocupar go como verbo, just no ponen I'm going to go, just I'm going to the beach, right?
Yeah.
Okay, right. So, Isaac, if I say something like this.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. Okay, I'm going to come to city, let's say. I'm going to come to the city. Is that correct, Isaac?
Okay, teacher. I'm going to come to the city. Maybe it's correct if the future is close, but in the future is maybe it's not close. It's necessary to use go. No, it's correct.
It's correct. Okay, so yeah, grammatically speaking, it's correct to say I'm going to come to the city, right? There is nothing wrong with it, but it's not used. People don't use this form when you are using the verb come. So you got to be careful whenever you're using go or come, because you're going to change the structure. So if you want to say something like, ah, sí, voy a ir a la fiesta, something like that, you wouldn't use that form, but you would use this one. Just, I'm coming. I'm coming to the city. And if you say I'm coming to the city, then you are saying something like, yeah, voy a ir a la ciudad. So you
Es
don't
como
use,
voy en camino, ¿no?
okay. You have two meanings. The first one, if you just say I'm coming, oye, ¿dónde estás? I'm coming. Ya voy, ¿no? I'm coming. But you can also use I'm coming, meaning I'm going to come to the city. So if you say I'm coming to the city next week, you can say that I'm coming to the city next week, and it doesn't mean that you are on your way to the city. No significa que estés yendo, ¿no? Si dices I'm coming to the city next week, entonces ya significa, bueno, voy a ir a la ciudad la siguiente semana. Okay, so you don't have to use I'm going to come to the city. So be careful with go and come, all right? Is that clear?
Yep.
Yep.
Yes, teacher.
All right, okay, perfect. But remember, you always have these two options. This one right here is the most common. When you have that part of the sentence, next year, both are correct and you can use both. But remember that when you have next year, tomorrow, in 2 days, the next month, in a few hours, those kind of phrases, you better use present continuous, right? And going to, remember, going to shows your intentions to do something, right? Okay, all right. So we are going to continue with the exercises, okay? So, okay, and indirect objects and indirect object pronouns, okay. Do you remember the concept of indirect objects, Victor? Can you explain to me what's the difference, or what is an indirect object?
I'm not sure.
Okay, all right. Okay, don't worry, it's fine. Does anybody know what is an indirect object? Nope. Okay, so I wanted to explain that. Okay, so remember, verbs always have objects.
I that remembered.
Okay, okay, can you explain?
Indirect of, I explain in Spanish.
Okay, yeah.
Es cuando realizas una pregunta muy directa que, por ejemplo, no sé, Rafael fue al baño, ya responden, sí, Rafael fue al baño, ¿no?
Okay.
Sí, algo así era, ¿verdad? O estoy diciendo tonterías.
Kind of, no, not exactly. Okay, all right, so they gave my sister some flowers, let's say. Okay, Jorge, where is it, the object in this sentence?
The object is the flowers?
Flowers, all right. Yeah, exactly. Some flowers, it's an indirect object or a direct object?
Direct object, no?
Direct object, why? Yeah, exactly.
Because it's for my sister, no?
Okay, because it responds to the question what. Si yo le pregunto al verbo, todo tiene que ver con el verbo. Okay, so what does it say in this sentence, Jorge, in Spanish?
Le enviaron flores a mi hermana.
Yeah, okay. Ellos, ¿no? Le enviaron flores.
Ellos le enviaron, sí, perdón.
Okay.
Ellos le enviaron flores a mi hermana.
Okay, so if you ask to the verb gave, what? ¿Qué le dieron? What's the answer?
Las flores.
Las flores. So whenever you ask to the verb what, por ejemplo, I'm eating an ice cream. What are you eating? An ice cream.
Yeah.
I'm giving a class. What are you giving? A class. I have a cat. What do you have? A cat. So whenever you ask to the verb what, and you have an answer, that answer would be direct object. Algunas flores. Ahora, if you ask to the verb to who, okay, Itzel, if I ask you to this verb gave to who, what's the answer?
They.
Okay, they gave.
Is the person.
My
No,
sister, no?
my sister.
Exactly, yeah, my sister. So my sister is the indirect object. Why? Because it responds to the question to who. ¿A quién? Ellos le dieron a quién? Pues a mi hermana. ¿Y qué fue lo que le dieron? Flores. ¿Sale? Esos son los objetos. Esos son los objetos. Ahora, some verbs doesn't have objects. Some verbs doesn't have objects, but the majority of them have objects. Most of them. So some of them don't have like, for example, if you have something like this.
Okay, so I wasn't that crazy, right?
No, you weren't that wrong. So she's let's say she's working with him. Okay, so Victor, does that sentence have an object?
Him, maybe?
Him. Okay, so what's the verb in this sentence?
Working.
Working, all right. And what does it say in Spanish, this sentence?
Ella está trabajando para él.
Okay, so if you ask to the verb working, what, do you have an answer?
No.
No. No tienes una respuesta. Si le preguntas, oye, ¿qué está trabajando? No hay una respuesta, right?
Yeah.
Okay, if you ask working to who, do you have an answer?
Not really.
Not really, exactly, because no te lo estás trabajando a él, ¿no? Estás trabajando con él. Entonces,
Okay.
so,
Well, depending, no?
okay, you could use, I'm working him, right? If you didn't have this preposition right here, then of course you have an indirect object. But you have this preposition, which means with him, right? So you're not doing this to anyone.
Okay.
So not all the verbs have an object, but the majority have. Okay, so that's an indirect object. So you must always remember what and to who. If you have a response to what, it's a direct object, some flowers. To who? My sister is an indirect object. Okay, and sometimes the objects can be longer than just two words. By the way, like this. Okay, something like this. Okay, Isaac, what does it say? What does it say here in Spanish?
Ella negó
Ujú.
que ella tenía stolen. ¿Qué significa?
Stolen is the participle of
Es como
steal.
robar, ¿no?
Robado.
Ah.
Ujú.
Que ella había robado los documentos.
Exactamente. Ella negó que ella hubiera robado los
Hubiera.
documentos. Ujú. Okay, so what's the verb in this sentence, Zach?
Denied.
Okay, denied,
Denied.
denied. She denied. Okay, so if you ask the verb denied, what, do you have an answer?
Yes, because she mentioned that she had stolen the documents.
Exactly. Okay, entonces, ¿qué fue lo que negó? Esa es la
Que había
pregunta, ¿no?
robado.
Exactamente. That she had stolen the documents. All this part of the sentence, it's a direct object. Mhm. Why? Because it's responding to the question what. That's why all this sentence, all this part of the sentence is the direct object. Porque responde, todo eso responde a la pregunta, ¿qué negó? ¿Qué fue lo que negó? Pues negó que hubiera robado los documentos, ¿no?
Yep.
Right, so that's a direct object. Okay, you can also have something like this. Okay. They gave away. Okay. So, itself, in this case, what does it say here in Spanish?
They gave away money to these people in need. Okay. Ellos, I don't know what is gave away.
Okay. Give away, it's like donar, regalar.
Okay. Ellos donaron dinero a las personas que lo necesitan.
Exactamente, a aquellas personas que lo necesiten. Okay, all right. So it said in this case, what is the verb?
Gave away.
I gave away. Okay. So if you ask the verb give away, to who? Do you have an answer?
Yeah, those people in need.
Exactly, to those people in need. All this part of the sentence, to those people in need, is a direct or indirect object itself.
Indirect, or because it's to who?
To who? Exactly, indirect object. And what is money?
Is the what? The answer for the question what is the direct object?
Exactly. Exactly. So money is the direct object because it responds to the question what exactly, right? So it's easy, you know. So you just have to have in mind these two questions: to who and what. All right. Okay. So that's the thing. Remember, indirect objects. I'm going to buy my mother something special. Okay, so my mother is what is my mother, Victor, in that case?
Sorry, where?
Okay, in this sentence, I'm going to buy my mother something special. What is the direct object and what is the indirect object?
Direct object, something special.
Okay.
Direct object, my mother.
All right. Okay. Isaac, could you please read this sentence right here, Alicia?
Yes, teacher. Alicia isn't going to give Dave anything.
Okay, what is the direct object in that case?
Anything?
Anything. And the indirect object?
Dave.
Dave. Exactly. Okay, Jorge, would you mind reading the last one?
Yep. Let's send mom and dad some flowers.
Okay, Jorge. So what is the direct object in that case?
Some flowers.
Okay, exactly. And the indirect object?
Indirect objects. Mom and dad.
Exactly. Right.
Okay.
Perfect. Right. Perfect. So remember, indirect object pronouns, all those pronouns are indirect objects by definition. Because it always, they show to who, right? You will tell me the truth. You will tell me the truth. ¿A quién le vas a decir la verdad? A mí. You will tell me the truth. ¿Qué me vas a decir? La verdad. Right? So whenever you see her, him, them, her, us, you, those are indirect objects by definition. Okay, all right. So it says here, let's go into practice. It says write questions with be going to using the prompts given. Then write your answers using indirect object pronouns where necessary. Okay, so let's do this, all right? Let's say we have 8 minutes to do this. You need to formulate sentences using those words or phrases here. Okay, is that clear? Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead, and if you're done, you can tell me.
Teacher, I can say 2 sentences.
Okay, you don't want to say 2 sentences.
Yeah.
Okay, which ones?
2 sentences. I will, your parents buy you something nice on your next birthday.
Okay, your parents buy you something nice on your next birthday, but that's a question. You need an auxiliary verb. So you need to use a going to, right? But in the form of a question. So if you say your parents will buy you something nice on your next birthday, you're not using going to, and you're not doing it in an interrogative way.
Okay. I'm missing that, right?
Yeah. So an example would be something like this. Are you going to give me anything? Something like this. So remember, when you are using going in a question, you always need to put the auxiliary verb first, and then the subject, and then going to, and then the verb, in that order. Are you going to? Is she going to? Am I going to? Are they going to? All right.
Okay. Thank you, teacher.
Yeah, you're welcome.
The auxiliary maybe is a will. With your
Okay,
parents?
okay.
No.
But if you use will, you cannot use going to. I mean, yeah, you could use will, but we are practicing going to. So you need to use that form. Are you going to? You cannot use going to and will at the same time.
But I don't use going to. This case is by, no?
Okay, in that case, by is the verb who goes in this position, in this one.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
before that verb, you need to have are, the subject, and then going.
Okay.
Okay, so you have 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. You have 1 minute left. Okay, so the time is done. Time's over. So, okay, it's sell. It's sell. What did you put in number 2?
Okay. Are your parents going to buy you something nice on your next birthday? Yes, they are going to buy me a new car.
Okay, are your parents going to buy you
Buy you something nice
something nice? Okay.
on your next birthday?
On your next birthday. Okay, are your parents going to buy you something nice on your next birthday? It makes sense, right? It's correct. Okay, and it said in this sentence, what is the direct object? What is the indirect object in that case?
That is you because is the verb is buy.
By, all right. Okay. So you is a direct object, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and what is the direct object in that case?
I don't know if it is something nice because there is a what is the well is the answer to what, no?
Exactly. Something nice is the direct object. Algo. ¿Qué le vas a comprar? Algo bonito. Okay, does anybody have something different in that sentence? Or do you have all the, do you all have the same sentence? Are you sure? Zach, Victor, do you have the same sentence?
Yes, sure.
Right. Ok. Bueno, voy a cerrar la sesión porque queda un minuto. La cierro y la vuelvo a abrir. ¿Sale? No se vayan. Share. Okay, so you all have the same sentence right here. Okay, it's fine. All right. So Jorge, what do you got in number 3?
What are you get your friends for their birthdays?
Okay, what are you get? What are you get? What else?
Your friends for their birthdays.
Friends for, okay, for their birthday.
Birthdays.
Okay, well, okay, it's nearly right. What are you? Okay, and then what is it going to?
How?
Where did you put it going to?
Going to.
Going to. ¿Dónde va el going to in this sentence?
Are you in the what are you no
What are you?
going to?
What are you going to? What are you going? What are you going to get? Okay, exactly. What are you going to get to your friends? What are you going to get to your friends for the birthdays? Right? So what does it say in Spanish? What are you going to get to your friends?
Sería irás con tus amigos los próximos cumpleaños, algo así.
Not exactly. No.
¿Irás
Okay.
con tus amigos en sus cumpleaños? No. Por sus
No.
cumpleaños.
Not exactly. Okay, for the birthdays es para sus cumpleaños. But what are you going to get to your friends? Isaac, what does that mean? What are you going to get to your friends?
Sí, significa que tú obtendrás por tus amigos para sus cumpleaños.
Okay, not exactly. No, get means como darle a alguien o darle. What are you going to get?
Ok, ok. Sí, ¿qué les darás a tus amigos en sus cumpleaños?
Exactamente. Exactamente. What are you going to get your friends for the birthdays? ¿Qué les vas a dar por sus cumpleaños? Okay, so something important whenever you're using what. So what are you? What is she going to? What am I going to? What are they going to? Okay. I'm not, what am I going to give you? ¿Qué te voy a dar? What am I going to give you? What is she going to give you? Y así. Cada vez que ocupen el what. Tiene que ser what, are, luego el sujeto, you, y luego el going to, y luego el verbo. Y luego todo lo demás es complemento.
Give or get or...
Exactly. Whatever verb you want to use. Okay.
Okay.
Right. So, Victor, number 4. What do you have in number 4?
Okay. Are you and your classmate going to send your teacher a birthday card?
Okay. Are you and your friends? Are you and your friends? What else? Sorry.
Going to send your teacher.
Going to send your teacher.
A birthday card.
Okay. Birthday. A birthday card. Right. Exactly. Exactly. Okay, Victor. So, in this sentence, what is the direct object?
Direct?
The direct object.
Birthday card.
A birthday card. And what is the indirect object?
Your teacher.
Your teacher. Exactly. Exactly. Okay. So to your teacher is the indirect object and birthday card the direct object. Exactamente. And all you and your friends is the subject, right? Entonces, siempre va en ese orden. Are, el activo, en este caso es you and your friends going to send to your teacher a birthday card. Exactamente. Y ahí le estás preguntando, oye, ¿tienes la intención ¿Tienes la intención de enviarle a tu maestro una carta de ¿cómo se llama? De cumpleaños. Ok, exactamente. Okay, perfect. And okay, Jose is not here. No. Okay, so Itzel, in number 5, what do you have in number 5?
Okay. When are your parents' birthday? What gifts are you going to buy? Gifts.
Okay, okay. What gifts are you going to buy? Okay, and what does it say there in Spanish? What gifts are you going to buy? It's fine.
¿Qué regalos piensas comprar? ¿O qué regalo?
Exactamente. Mhm. Exactly. Okay, so it said in that case, do you have a direct object?
I think no.
What are you?
The verb is buy, right?
Uh-huh. Mhm. And if you ask to that verb, what, do you have an answer?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the answer? Gifts. Mhm. So gifts is it what? What is the gifts?
The indirect object.
Indirect.
No, direct. Yeah.
Direct object. Exactly. Mhm. Ok, algunas veces las preguntas pueden empezar con el objeto. Por ejemplo, something like this. Ujú. Entonces, no, something like this. What country? Country can. What country can win the? What country can? Okay, no. What country can win the war? Bueno, podrías decir eso. Okay, so in that case, it said, what country can win the war? Do you have an objects in that case?
Here the verb is win, right?
Uh-huh. Right? Uh-huh. So do you have an object there?
I think for the question what?
Mhm.
No. For
Okay.
the
Win.
question to who? I don't know.
Okay, that's confusing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes the object is right here. Win what? What country can win? Win what? Ganar qué?
The word.
The war. So you have an object there, right? In the war. Because it responds to the question, ¿ganar qué? ¿Ganar el país? No. Entonces, este es miren, aquí country es el sujeto. ¿Qué país puede ganar la guerra? ¿Quién puede ganar la guerra? El país, ¿no? Entonces, cuando le pregunten quién, si tú le preguntas al verbo quién, tienes el sujeto. ¿Quién puede ganar la guerra? Ah, pues un país, ¿no? ¿Qué país puede ganar la guerra? Ahora, si le preguntas al verbo, ¿qué puede ganar? La guerra. Si le preguntan al verbo, ¿a quién puede ganar? Pues no tenemos una respuesta, ¿no? Esa es otra cosa importante. So whenever you have a verb, you need to ask the verb at least 4 things. The first one is who o what. Mucho ojo. Si tú le preguntas al verbo quién o qué, por ejemplo, I love animals. ¿Quién ama los animales? Who loves animals?
Me
Yo.
or I.
I. So whenever you ask the verb who, you have the subject. Who.
Animals.
Ok. Los animales me aman a mí. ¿Quién ejecuta la acción de amar?
I.
I. I is the subject. So whenever you ask the verb, that's important. Whenever you ask the verb who, not to who. Okay? Not to who, but who. ¿Quién ama los animales? Pues yo, ¿no? So if you ask the verb who, you have the subject. Okay? To who is the indirect object. Okay? And what is the direct object? So, Victor, what do I love in this sentence? ¿Qué es lo que yo amo?
The animals.
Exactamente. I love animals. So animals is what, Victor? Of love.
The direct objects.
Direct object. Exactly. All right. So 3 questions. Who, what, and to who. And what? No. Okay. So it's just 3 questions. Who, que es quién. ¿Quién hace la acción? ¿Quién hace ese verbo? Eso es el objeto. Ese es el. Ajá. I. Eso es el sujeto de la oración. If I ask, what do I love? ¿Qué amo? Los animales.
The animals.
Of direct object. Si yo tuviera algo como ¿a quién? What do I have, Víctor? ¿A quién?
Sorry, can you repeat this?
If I have this question, to who? What am I trying to find?
There is not a direct object.
A direct object, exactly. Okay, so remember those 3 questions, okay? All right, and finally, the last one, Isaac, number 6, what do you have in number 6?
Yes, teacher. The answer is what are you going to buy?
Okay.
You're going to buy your parents for the anniversary.
Exactamente. Exactly, perfect. What are you going to buy your parents for the anniversary? For their anniversary, right? Okay. So, Isaac, in that case, do you have, what's the subject in that sentence? What is the subject?
Subject is the for your parents for the anniversary.
Okay, what's the verb?
Buy.
Buy. Okay, and if you ask the verb buy, who will buy? ¿Quién va a comprar? ¿Quién va a ejecutar esa acción?
I.
Okay, you in that case, right?
You.
You. What are you going to buy? Okay, so you is the subject. So do you have a direct object in that case?
No, I don't
No.
have a direct object.
Exactly. Indeed, in fact, you are asking for the direct object. ¿Qué le vas a comprar? Esta pregunta precisamente está preguntando, así valga la redundancia, esta pregunta está preguntando por el objeto. ¿Qué es lo que vas a comprarles?
Yes.
Okay, so do you have an indirect object?
Yes, your parents.
Your parents, exactly. Right, so do you see the importance of asking the questions? Who will buy? ¿Quién va a comprar? You. Okay, what are you going to buy? Pues no sabemos. Eso es precisamente lo que queremos averiguar. ¿Qué? ¿No? Okay, all right, exactly. Perfect. So it says here, do you have any questions with this? Nope.
No, it's okay.
All right. Okay. So it says, okay. Let's put it down. Another important thing to remember before we continue is the structure of a sentence. The structure. Whenever you're using an affirmative way, an affirmative sentence, you must always have this structure, which is subject, subject plus verb sometimes you have an auxiliary verb in the middle like subject. Okay, you have subject plus auxiliary verb sometimes plus verb plus complement. So whenever you have an affirmative sentence, you are going to have these 4 elements in the sentence. For example, something like this. I will go to the beach, let's say, right? Or something like they are going to fly to Rome. Algunas veces tienen algo en medio, pero siempre es lo mismo. Subject, they, auxiliary are, verb, going to fly. All this counts as a verb. Going to fly, that's a verb. And then you have a complement, which is to roam. You always have these 4 elements in a sentence. And if you want to formulate an interrogative sentence, the only thing you have to do is to pass the auxiliary verb at the beginning of the sentence. So you would have something like this. Auxiliary plus subject plus verb plus complement. Right? So auxiliary verb are, then subject are you, verb going to fly, and then complement to roam. Entonces aquí tienen todos los elementos. El auxiliar primero, después el sujeto, después el verbo, que en este caso going to es lo que está funcionando como verbo, y to roam, que es el complemento. Siempre, no importa lo que digan, siempre tienen esta es la estructura que tienen que seguir. A veces, sometimes you have something different in between, but most of the times you always have this structure to say anything. You always have this structure, right? So with going to, remember, you only have to put the auxiliary verb at the beginning of the sentence, and then the subject, and then the verb, and then the complement. Right? Is that clear? Yep, kind of. Nope. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay. Okay, perfect. So from now on, I will always ask you for these 4 elements in a sentence. Okay, from now on. De ahora en adelante, siempre les voy a preguntar por esos elementos. ¿Sale? So we haven't finished there. Okay, special dates. Okay, so if you can do this for homework, that would be beautiful. Okay, letter B. Letter B. You just have to write 5 sentences. Okay, and I'm going to ask you the 4 elements of the sentence in those. All right, is that clear? You only have to do 5 sentences, and I'm also going to give you some extra practice with this. Okay, I'm going to post it on Yammer, so if you want to do it, you can do it there. And remember, you need to keep answering Recreo because we evaluate that part. All right. So, do you have any questions for today?
No, teacher.
No? Okay. So, okay. So, see you on Thursday. Yeah. See you on Thursday. Take care. Bye.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
teacher.
Welcome. Bye.
Bye.